Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So we're getting a Bitmap Brothers Collection 2 on Evercade. And it's been some time since the original Bitmap Brothers Collection was released sometime. I think it was 2020 it was probably released, or maybe 2021. And obviously at that time we didn't have home computers, so there was a few titles missing that a few of us probably would have liked, like Gods, Magic Pockets, that type of thing. But now we've got home computers now on Evercade. We are now getting a second collection from the Bitmap Brothers. There are going to be 6 games on that collection, and the 6 games are Cadaver The Payoff, we're getting Gods, Magic Pockets, the Chaos Engine 2, and Z, or Z, however you want to pronounce it. One noticeable absence from this is Speedball 2, maybe the Amiga version. I'm quite surprised we aren't getting that as well. Maybe that'll be a secret game that you unlock with the 2 cartridges in the VS at the same time. I would even settle for Speedball, the C64 version, Speedball 2 that is, because that was fantastic. Really enjoyed that. There's only a couple more games from Bitmap Brothers that we haven't actually got yet. I'm not really sure we'll see any more Bitmap Brothers collections on Evercade. I think this would be pretty much the last one. But it's great that we're going to get Gods, Magic Pockets. Those games are absolutely massive games, I think, from the Amiga days. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get stuck in. Let's have a look at the games and we'll play through them and I'll give you my thoughts as we go. Okay, we start with Cadaver, which is an isometric 3D arcade adventure, and you play the role of Caradoc the Dwarf. And also the task is to explore the murky dungeons and eerie corridors of Castle Wolf. The big thing about this game really is that it is very frustrating to play because of the fiddly controls. And obviously the isometric style doesn't really suit the D-pad that well. That's the most noticeable thing that I notice. I'm not really sure whether this was originally played on a mouse at the time. I can't really remember. But it is quite a fun game. It's a very interesting game. It's definitely a game of its time, and looking at the graphics, it screams Amiga for me. If you're willing to get past the sort of clunky nature of the controls, then I'm pretty sure you will find a really enjoyable adventure to explore through those dungeons. I quite enjoyed it once I got used to the actual controls and what button done what, and what each thing actually meant, because it is a little bit much to take in the first time you actually play it. But I think there's a decent game in here. Okay, so Cadaver The Payoff was actually released. It wasn't actually a sequel, it was actually an expansion disc for the original game. And you needed the, obviously, Cadaver to actually play this DLC. And it's basically more of the same. It acts as a sequel, and you've obviously defeated the Necromancer Dianos from the first game, and then you've arrived back at your the Sharon Arms, where he's expecting to find his employers waiting for him, but there's an eerie silence, so something is completely wrong, and you need to investigate. It looks really nice, and it is pretty much more of the same, the exact same control system and clunky sort of nature of the game. Okay, so next up is Gods. Now, you could probably argue that this is their most well-known title, apart from Speedball 2, that is. And this has been released probably most recently on the Switch, the PlayStation, Xbox sort of thing. So I'm pretty sure that might have been one of the reasons why we're waiting for some of that that license to maybe play through its course. I'm not entirely sure, but there was obviously reasons why there was a massive delay in getting Bitmap Bros Collection 2 onto Evercade. But this is a really cool game, very, very iconic from Bitmap Bros, and again, it does scream Amiga to me. A pretty tricky game, right enough. I would definitely recommend utilising those save states throughout the game. It is tough, but it is quite good fun, and I quite enjoyed playing it. A little bit clunky here and there, much like I guess Cadaver as well, but it is good fun, and perhaps one of the best games on the collection, no doubt about it. Apart from Magic Pockets, that is. Okay, so this is Magic Pockets, and I'm absolutely chuffed that this is coming to Evercade. I remember playing this back in the day, in the early 90s, in high school on the art class Amiga. One of my friends had brought in a copy of Magic Pockets, and we played this quite a bit during our lunch hour. What a fantastic little game it is, a great little platformer, very unique, and it's great that we're getting this on Evercade. Definitely a massive favourite for me. It is a very tough little game, right enough, but what a classic it is, and I'm looking forward to more people getting to experience this game from the Bitmap Brothers from the early 90s. Excellent stuff. Okay, so the Chaos Engine 2 is very, very different from the original game that was on our first collection on Evercade, and it really isn't anywhere near as good. I think it really is meant as a multiplayer game. Obviously, you can play against the computer, but I guess the fun will be had playing against another human opponent. I think they were really taking advantage of the time. At the time, there was a lot of emphasis on deathmatch, competitive multiplayer in the PC gaming scene, and I think that's where they were obviously aiming at. But for me, it doesn't really work as a game today. I think things have changed so much, but I think you will have fun if you play against another player on the Evercade VS. You'll have a lot of fun. As a sort of single player experience, playing against the PC, the fun is a little bit limited. Sometimes I feel as if the PC is cheating a little bit because they know exactly where to go. Obviously, if you look at the maps before you start the level, you'll know exactly where to go as well, so that obviously overrides that a little bit, but it's pretty much Chaos Engine with a sort of multiplayer feel to it. That is the best way of describing it, and it's just not quite as good for my in my opinion, but it's not bad, it's just not great, and it's not really what you would expect.
Level complete. Layers activated.
Okay, so this is Z or Z, and this was a PlayStation game. Now, I don't really remember much about it. I don't think I played it. I might have played a demo. I honestly can't remember. And it's basically a combat game. Now, obviously you're playing against the computer here, and it's actually quite good fun. Sadly, it is only a one-player game. I guess there's too much going on here to make it a two-player game, and it would probably squash up the screen somewhat. But it is basically a battle against the other team to capture the flag and take over the enemy's forces, and you have to be pretty much aggressive from the offset. There's a lot of controls here. It is a little bit clunky here and there to try and understand it, and I guess it would have been better to maybe control this with a mouse. But from what I played with it, I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good, and I know there's a lot of people out there screaming for this type of game. So eventually we have this on Evercade. Probably it would be better on a larger TV on the VS, because I think it'll be quite tricky to see those small sort of characters on the EXP or even the Super Pocket, so it might be a little bit unplayable on handheld for me, but on VS I think you'll have a lot of fun, and it really would be great if Evercade would eventually release a mouse to play that properly, because that would be quite cool. But pretty decent game. I think it'll have a lot of fans out there, and definitely worth a play. Definitely need to read the manual right enough to get your hands around a lot of the controls and what you really can do with all the different weapons and characters.
Unit reporting. No problem. Ah! Good.
Territory lost.
Yes, sir.
Robot manufactured.
Over and out. Yes. Oh my God! We're on our way. Grenades collected. Help! Help! Here we go. Unit reporting. Here we go. We're under attack. Vehicle captured. Unit reporting. They're all over us. You got it. Oh my God! They're all over us. They're all over us. For Christ's sake, do something! Nice one. Grunts territory taken.
You're wasted.
Unit reporting.
They're beating you.
Yes, sir. Moving in. Grunts reporting.
You're
Okay. Yes, sir.
They're gonna win.
All right. We're under attack. They're all over us.
You're gonna lose. Robot.
Grunts reporting. We're on our way. Help!
Robot manufactured. You've had
Oh my God!
territory lost.
I said we're under attack. They're all over.
Your fort is under attack.
Vehicle captured.
You are so hopeless. Your fort is under attack. You're
No problem. Unit, we're under attack. Vehicle captured. For Christ's sake, do something! Help! Help! Smoking. Unit, I said we're under.
You're finished. They're beating you.
Over and out. Unit reporting. We're on our way.
Manufactured.
Okay guys, my final thoughts on Bitmap Brothers Collection 2, and apologies for the rather lengthy gameplay. I just wanted to let everyone know exactly what these games are like so you can make that decision whether you want to buy it. I would say yes, this is definitely an improvement over the original Bitmap Brothers Collection. I think that one was disappointing because I think at the time we really wanted Magic Pockets and Gods, for example, and it's great that we've now got them, albeit on another collection. I would say absolutely a must buy. Just a little bit disappointing we're not getting Speedball 2 on the Amiga, but nonetheless a really decent collection.
Well, all I can say is you've done a little bit better than the last time, and it's complete crap, because all of your units have been killed, buddy. You're the only one remaining standing.